What's up? It's JJ with Goodies and Two Shoes, and thank you for tuning into the Good Talk podcast. If you don't already follow us on socials, on IG, follow us at Goodies and Two Shoes, YouTube at Goodies and Two Shoes, Twitter at 2_Goodies, and on TikTok, Goodies.2shoes. Thanks for tuning in. Hope you enjoy the show.
I just let little mama
Suck me up, girl.
Bitch trying to grind the roll right up the bulls, girl. I jumped out the porch and went straight up, girl.
Straight up, girl.
You can leave your town and head to another
What the
world.
move? I'm tired of earning you.
I'm tired of spying on you.
Teddy paid mine too. I made it rain on you when it was hard to maintain too. I was playing games with you
Like you could never play games too.
Yeah. You just gotta tell me what you want. Live a ton, diamond, keep calm. All you do is point at what you want. Crystal cut punters in the chump. $35 for a dog. Nigga try to buy the cash calls. Person Miller braids with the walls.
Welcome to the Good Talk podcast. Welcome.
You get a purse from me. $80 off for a burger. You get a purse for free. I make it worship me. Copy and burst for me. Turn to a B.I.O.B. I make it work for me.
No. I make her pop it and suck it and break it. Oh, my.
I make her shut up and suck it. She fucking at my shows.
Yo, what's up? Welcome. A lot to get through today. Trip. Don't you say my sticker won't trip.
My jeans ain't so tight they don't fit.
Still walk around with
a
it.
stick on my hip. VVS diamonds
Yeah.
right behind my lip. Don't walk with less than 50 on my
Like I
wrist.
said, welcome
Diamonds
in,
on
man.
my neck, it got me
Appreciate
sick.
y'all tuning
Round
in.
Mix it up with the Rick. Flexing on these addicts. I mean, my bad.
Lot to get through.
Made it from the Rex. Richer than your
PG-13.
first, richer than your last. LUV.
PG-13. Ain't no more pandemic, P. We gonna talk about it, though. We gonna talk about it. That nigga done earned his, he done earned his nickname back. I'll be respectful today. I will. I'm gonna give him his flowers, too. Real shit. Yes, sir. We get into it today.
$35 for a dog. Nigga try to buy the cash calls. Person Miller braids with the walls. $35 for a dog. You make it twerk for me. You get a purse for me. $80 off for a burger. You get a purse for free. I make it worship me. Copy and burst for me.
Turn to a DIMP.
I make it work for me. You don't back on, no. I make it drop it in.
Welcome. Appreciate you all tuning in again. This is the Good Talk podcast, a G2S Entertainment exclusive production. If you don't already, connect with us on socials at Goodies and Two Shoes on IG, at 2_Goodies on Twitter, on TikTok at Goodies.2shoes, and on YouTube as well at Goodies and Two Shoes. Welcome. I'm your host, JJ. Again, this is the Good Talk podcast. Goodies and Two Shoes, G2S Lifestyle, G2S Entertainment. You know the vibrations, man. You know what type of energy we on today. Welcome. And this is how I'm gonna start off. Because I'll go ahead and let y'all know that I'm really not in the best of moods. I'm not. I'll be honest. And it has nothing to do with anything, in my personal life. Didn't get enough sleep, nothing like that. My problem this morning is with the NBA. I'm just going to list off a couple of names to you all. Donovan Mitchell, Kyrie Irving, James Harden, Anthony Davis, LeBron James, Mike Conley, Joel Embiid, Kawhi Leonard. Now, that's just a very, very small, simple size of the injuries that we're dealing with and have dealt with in this NBA playoffs, right? And so why am I not in the best of moods? Because I'm pissed off. And you know why? It's because the greed of the NBA. That's why. We talked about it a little bit Monday. We talked about it a little bit before that as well with our last Thursday episode, episode 10. Go check that out if you haven't already. We talked about it already with the injuries that are being dealt with, right? Why are these injuries occurring? Why is it that we have a list already of about 8, 9, 10 guys who are superstars in this league or who are all-stars, whatever may have you, whatever you want to consider them, that are injured and aren't able to perform. We saw it last night, though the Clippers did step up big, Paul George in particular, with no Kawhi Leonard. But we're seeing it's a reoccurring thing, right? And if the NBA, now I know how niggas feel about LeBron. I already know. And I know niggas feel like I dick ride him at times, but really it's just simply not the case. If the NBA really at the beginning of the season would have just sat back and listened to LeBron James when he told niggas not to play and not to start the NBA season so soon after the bubble, a bubble that was just a huge experiment for everybody, should they have listened, we wouldn't be dealing with this right now. We wouldn't be dealing with all of the injuries that we're dealing with right now. We wouldn't be dealing with the watered down product that is the NBA at this very moment. We wouldn't. It's just that simple. If niggas would have listened, we wouldn't be having this problem. So now what do we have? A banged up Donovan Mitchell, though he did take over last night, just came up just a little short. We have a banged up Donovan Mitchell, a Utah Jazz team that's not at 100% with their all-star guard and Mike Conley not being able to participate in the first 6 games of this NBA playoffs. We have no Kawhi Leonard, who's dealing with the ACL tear, or excuse me, not an ACL tear, but an ACL, what they're calling an ACL injury, which, you know, I've never heard of any other injury to an ACL besides a tear. So I'm not 100% sure if there's a tear there. I don't know what it is. Regardless, he's dealing with the ACL injury. So we're dealing with 2 teams that aren't at 100%, who are missing all-star caliber players. Again, i.e. Mike Conley and Kawhi Leonard. We saw LeBron James and Anthony Davis get bounced out of the playoffs first round after coming off of an NBA championship run in Orlando for the Los Angeles Lakers. We saw that. We saw them get bounced, and we can attribute that to injuries as well. We see Joel Embiid going for 30, 35 plus, whatever may have you, but then at the end of the game, running out of steam. Do I chalk that up to his conditioning? Not 100%, because this hasn't been happening to the whole regular season. I chalk it up to the partially torn meniscus in his knee. Right? So why am I not in the best of moods? That's why. That's the reason why. Simply because the NBA is now giving us a watered down product for the benefit of their pockets. And it started about 4, 5, 6 months ago when LeBron James walked out of that meeting in August. LeBron James and Anthony Davis, I believe, were both 2 parties that were disgruntled by the meeting that was had. I do believe, in fact, the LA Clippers and the Los Angeles Lakers were the only 2 teams, and if not the only, there were 2 teams on a very, very short list that voted to boycott the NBA season start. That's documented. You can go check that out right now. That's documented. LeBron James, it was reported that he was so upset that he left the meeting. And we seem to be on such a great pace too. I mean, I said it Monday. The playoffs were living up and exceeding all of my expectations. Living up to and exceeding all of my expectations that I had. And now this is what we're left with. Kyrie Irving, given that was a in-game injury, wasn't something has been dealt with over time. But if we look at that season as a whole for the Brooklyn Nets and the injuries that all 3 of their superstars have dealt with, we're able to say that it's a watered down product night in and night out for the Brooklyn Nets. And yeah, I may sit back and call them soft or whatever, but at the same time, I have a respect for their position. And what does this problem stem from? Again, I'll reemphasize it. This problem stems from the greed of the NBA. And to me, it's just sickening. It's sickening, really. Because now as fans, we have to suffer through a playoffs with some of our biggest superstars of the league not being able to participate. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And that's my intro for the day. And you guys know I usually don't even start like that. I'm usually in a great mood, joking around and shit, you know. I was feeling the music, but then once that music goes off, we have to be, you know, we have to be honest. We're forced to sit down and think about what's actually going on. And it's bullshit. It's bullshit. Again, I'll read that list to you. And these are just the superstars or all-stars that I chose to highlight because there are more. There are more. Donovan Mitchell, who's dealing with the ankle injury. Kyrie Irving, who's dealing with the ankle injury. James Harden, who is dealing with a hamstring injury. A hamstring injury that really could have been avoided should the beginning of the season been pushed back. It could have. I don't care what anybody says. Anthony Davis. LeBron James. Mike Conley. Joel Embiid. And Kawhi Leonard. I'm willing to bet that you know every name on that list. And you know that the talent that they have. And you know how much they contribute to their team's success. And because we don't have them, again, we have a watered down version of the NBA. But hey, welcome to the Good Talk Podcast. Let's get to some sports news. Because I'm going to try to, as the podcast progresses today, I'm going to try to be in a little bit better mood. I'm going to try to, you know, let the attitude go. I am. I'm going to do my best. Here we go. NFL cornerback Jonathan Joseph retired after a 15-year career. Over that 15 years, Jonathan Joseph tallied 787 total tackles, 32 interceptions, and 7 touchdowns. I do believe that Jonathan Joseph will be in the Hall of Fame. I do. And I'm happy for him, man. Jonathan Joseph, congratulations on a historic career. Great run. 15 years in the NFL is not something to be taken lightly, in my opinion. So, you know, like I said, I'm happy for him. Outstanding player to me personally. I really like Jonathan Joseph. You know, so we'll see what his future has in store. We'll see if he tries to go into, you know, the journalism field, TV, whatever may have you, or maybe he just might decide to, you know, not be in the spotlight any longer. But either way, Jonathan Joseph, again, congratulations and thank you for the years of your life that you contributed to the NFL. Let's see what else we have here. A lot of NBA news. Chris Paul has entered the NBA's health and safety protocol and is out indefinitely, jeopardizing his availability for the Western Conference Finals. This news was first reported by The Athletic, and a source confirmed it to ESPN. I mean, y'all know how I felt about the Phoenix Suns, bro, and this run. I can't even begin to tell y'all how pissed off, bro, I was heated. I can't even begin to tell y'all how pissed off I was, bro, when I woke up and saw that news. It was like, it's such bullshit. Chris Paul is vaccinated, so that's number one, and we're not even going to get into that part. So what happened was, I don't know if Chris Paul was out or whatever, but when they did their test on Chris Paul, the COVID test on, you know, the standard procedures, so I would imagine all the Suns got the test. Chris Paul was obviously a part of the Suns organization as a team, as a player, right? He tested positive. So that alone is fishy to me, because the nigga's vaccinated and the vaccine is supposed to be 97, 98, 99% effective or whatever, you know. So that right there alone is fishy as hell to me. I'll be honest. It's fishy. And then the fact that the Suns just swept the MVP in Nikola Jokic and the Denver Nuggets doesn't make it any less suspicious. It doesn't. So, I mean, we'll see Saturday he'll get retested Saturday, and then we'll know if he's going to be able to go for the Western Conference Finals. I don't know how the NBA's procedure works. I do know if you test positive, you got to go sit your ass down in quarantine for a little while. I do know that. I'm not sure if he tests negative Saturday. So should that have been a false positive? I don't know if he tests negative Saturday, if he'll be 100% clear that day, or I don't know if they have to have 2 negative tests or what. But what I do know is I'm pissed off. And so now, like, my whole outlook and my whole opinion about the playoffs have changed. I ain't gonna lie. Because now I have to sit back and assess and be like, I don't know if the Suns without Chris Paul are able to beat the LA Clippers or the Utah Jazz. I don't know. Now I have to sit back. So, again, this contributes to why my mood is so shot and shitty right now. I'll be honest, bro. Because it's been a lot of bullshit the last 24 hours. And if you listen to the pod Monday, you know I was in a great mood. Tuesday, as a matter of fact, because we didn't even record on Monday this week. Tuesday, if you listen to the pod, 2 days ago, really about 36 hours ago, I was in a phenomenal mood. And now my mood has just completely been ruined with the news of Kawhi Leonard, with Donovan Mitchell being pedestrian up until about the halfway through the third quarter, up to the beginning of the fourth quarter last night, seeing this mid shit ass performance and product that I have to deal with from the NBA due to the fact of them not listening to their players, and not just any player. So I don't know what's going on with Chris Paul. Like I said, he had a negative COVID test. They reported him out indefinitely. And they said his availability is in jeopardy for the Western Conference Finals. So, you know, who knows, bro? Who knows? I mean, I'm just, again, it's just aggravating. It's bullshit. It's bullshit. Going on to our next story, LaMelo Ball wins Rookie of the Year. Congratulations to LaMelo Ball, first and foremost. LaMelo Ball on this season averaged 15.7 points a game, 6 rebounds, and 6 assists. Congratulations. Congratulations, LaMelo. You know, LeVar predicted all of this shit. LeVar predicted all of this shit, so we'll give LeVar his flowers as well. But again, congratulations to LaMelo Ball. Major talent, huge talent in the NBA. Already becoming a star in this league. Puts asses in seats for the Charlotte Hornets. I mean, he's just an overall great basketball player. I'm really, really excited to see what he is able to do in the future with the Charlotte Hornets and what that franchise as a whole is able to do. Because if you remember, they were able to get into that play-in tournament this year. They came up just a little short because, again, they were dealing with injuries as well at the NBA. They were dealing with injuries as well, but they came up a little short. And you have to come in and play the game with the guys that you have. It has to be a next man up mentality. So I will respect that opinion and perspective. But, again, LaMelo Ball wins his first ever Rookie of the Year award. And I guess that's all you would be able to win is one, since you are a rookie only 1 year. Unless, of course, you're Ben Simmons, but we'll leave that there. But, yeah, LaMelo Ball wins Rookie of the Year. Again, his stats on the season were 15.7, 6, and 6. So, again, another round of applause for that. And then, as well as the Rookie of the Year yesterday being announced, the All-NBA team was announced 2 nights ago. So we'll go through this list, and then I'll kind of touch on a couple of things. First team, we had Jokic, Antetokounmpo, Steph Curry, Luka Doncic, and Kawhi Leonard. Second team, we had Chris Paul, Damian Lillard, Joel Embiid, Julius Randle, and LeBron James. Then third team, we had Kyrie Irving, Bradley Beal, Rudy Gobert, Jimmy Butler, and Paul George. So we'll give them a round of applause as well. What I do know is that Donovan Mitchell and Jason Tatum should have been on this list somewhere. I don't know who you take out. I don't know who you replace them with, etc. I don't know. But what I do know is Jason Tatum and Donovan Mitchell should have been on that list. And I was telling my pops yesterday, I said, bro, I would have been sick to my damn stomach if I lost out on $33 million because of politics. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I would be sick to my damn stomach. $33 million, that's what they lost out on. Both Donovan Mitchell and Jason Tatum, both on their rookie contracts still, had the opportunity, should they have made the NBA All-Team, to get a $33 million bonus or extension or whatever may have you for the 2021-2022 season. $33 million. And they weren't able to make this list. I just don't see how. Really. I don't see how. Donovan Mitchell's team was in first place of the NBA and the Western Conference pretty much for the whole playoffs. For the whole NBA season. I only lost 20 games on the season. So I don't know how the hell he didn't make it. Because he was their MVP. Donovan Mitchell has been their MVP. Has been the MVP for the Utah Jazz for the entirety of this season. So, I don't know how he doesn't make all NBA first through third team. I don't know how he makes one of those 15 spots. And for Tatum is simply just a bucket and was the only player really throughout the duration of the season, once Jaylen Brown got hurt and even prior to that, for the Boston Celtics, that was balling. The only one. So I don't know. Let's just take a quick look at Jason Tatum's stats on this season. Because, you're not convincing me that Donovan Mitchell wasn't an all-NBA player. So that's number one. So I don't even need to look at his stats because I know what he did for the Utah Jazz. But we will take a look at what Jason Tatum did. And then, you can formulate your own opinion from there. But I know what I already believe, and that is that he should have been All-NBA. 26 points. Matter of fact, just shy of 26.5 points a game. 46% field goal percentage. 7.5 rebounds, 4 assists. 26.5, 46%, 7.5 rebounds, 4.3 assists. Four assists. And he doesn't make the All-NBA team. It's just bullshit, bro. Like, some of these lists is just like, bro, are you like come on, bro. Come on, bro. Because I really can make, like, if I sat here and looked at the All-NBA list and really dissected it, bro, there's some niggas that shouldn't be on that list above Jason Tatum and Donovan Mitchell. But again, congratulations to the people that did make it. Those are the people that deserve it. So, I'm not mad at that list at all. Let's see. In other news, Scott Brooks is out after 5 years as a head coach for the Wizards, as well as Stan Van Gundy for the Pelicans. Now, the Scott Brooks move, I can understand from the Wizards. The Stan Van Gundy one, I don't understand for the Pelicans. You give this guy 1 year with the amount of talent that they had. You only give him 1 year. Brandon Ingram, Zion, Lonzo, Josh Hart, Steven Adams, all of those guys, all of that talent, you give him 1 year. Only 1 year. What can you establish in 1 year? That's why sometimes I feel like, again, I said this probably about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago. I said that the front office sometimes just has to take their frustration out on somebody. And this year for the New Orleans Pelicans, Stan Van Gundy fell victim to that, in my opinion. Now, I did watch NBA last night, NBA on TNT, Inside the NBA, whatever the show was called, with Ernie, Chuck, Shaq, and Kenny. And Shaq made a valid point, in my opinion. He said that the game all of the guys really echoed the same sentiment. But Shaq started it off by saying pretty much that, Stan Van Gundy is an outstanding coach, X's and O's, one of the best coaches he's ever had, etc. And then he was like, but he doesn't put up with nonsense. He doesn't put up with the bullshit. Paraphrasing, obviously. And they were of the belief that Stan Van Gundy, one of the main things that contributed to this decision was the fact that Stan Van Gundy wouldn't necessarily change his ways for the modern day NBA. Which to me is like, bro, if you got rid of Stan Van Gundy because niggas on your team are pussy, then just say that. Just say that. Because it's soft. It's soft. Because there's no way in the world that you're convincing me that Stan Van Gundy just simply can't get the job done with that talent level that he has curated with the Pelicans. There's no way. There's no way. So that move confused me a lot. I wasn't sure. But then, like I said, once I saw that on Inside the NBA, and those guys kind of said the same thing with, Stan Van Gundy being a very tough coach and younger guys leaning towards the side of not being as receptive to that as the guys of, yesterday, so to speak, have been. So, yeah, Stan Van Gundy and Scott Brooks are both out. Scott Brooks got 5 years. Stan Van Gundy got 1. And it's just a move that I simply don't agree with. But hey, I'm not a GM. I'm not an owner. I'm not anybody, really, in the sense of the NBA. So that's where we're at. And again, another point that Shaq made was that the players at this point have, all the control. They have all the leverage. They have all the power. So if this was a case of Stan Van Gundy being too tough or whatever, and the Pelicans players wanted him out, it would make a lot of sense. It would make a lot of sense. So that's where we're at with it. And that is our sports news. That will wrap it up for our sports news again. Just to highlight a quick couple of pieces of that. Jonathan Joseph again retires after 15 years. Chris Paul has entered the NBA's health and safety protocol. LaMelo Ball wins Rookie of the Year. All NBA teams were announced. Scott Brooks and Stan Van Gundy both out for their respective teams as head coach. Now we'll dive into a couple of scores from last night. The White Sox beat the Rays in Chicago 8-7. Home runs from Jose Abreu as Tim Anderson went 2 for 5. For the Rays, home runs from Diaz and Zunino give them their second and 13th on the season. Oakland A's continue to win as they knock off the Angels 8-4. 3 hits from Olsen, 2 hits from Pender, and 2 RBIs from Kana as the A's win their 43rd game of the season. And the A's are 12-2 in the month of June. So I've been telling y'all for a while at this point, since really the beginning of the season, since the A's have been having this success, I've been telling y'all that they are the real deal, and they continue to prove that. Again, they're 12-2 this month, and it doesn't seem like they're slowing up anytime soon. So keep your eye out on that. Boston Red Sox knock off the Braves in the slugfest in Atlanta. 10-8 was the final there. 3 for 5 for Xander Bogaerts and 3 for 5 for Ronald Acuna as the two superstars faced off in Game 2 of the miniseries. The Sox sweep the Braves and move a game behind the Rays for the lead in the AL East. Now for some NBA 109-106 victory for the Hawks over the Sixers in Game 5. And the Clippers go into Utah and shock the world with a 119-111 victory over the Jazz. And we'll dive into some of those more in detail in the next couple of minutes. Yeah, so that's that for that. And now it is time for our game of the week. It's time! Game of the week last week was Game 6 of the West Finals. I guess I made a mistake last week, bro. I told you I don't know shit about hockey, so I thought that game was to go to the Stanley Cup. It wasn't. I guess it was to go to the conference finals in hockey in the West or something. I don't know. Long story short, I predicted the game right. The game of the week last week was the Avalanche versus the Golden Knights. That was game 6, and I had the Knights winning by 1 goal, and they were able to pull it out by 3. So that puts me at 6-1 all time for our game of the week predictions. You know, I'm just telling y'all, when I say some shit, just go bet on it because it's going to make y'all come up. And really, the game that I lost, I can't even remember what it was, but I remember it was some bullshit. I do remember that. So all that being said, when JJ tell y'all a prediction, go put that shit in your bookie. Go bet with your niggas, however you choose to bet. If you do bet and gamble, nigga, go put that money up where I tell you. No cap. And really, you should break me off with like 10, 15% just for the consultation fee. But I ain't going to tax y'all. I ain't going to start charging y'all quite yet. Game of the week this week is game 6 of the Nets versus Bucks. And that is happening tonight at 8:30 on ESPN. And my prediction, now this one is a bold one. Now this shit could be a trap, but this one is a bold one. I have the Bucks by 3. They're going back to Milwaukee. You know, they had a tough battle with Brooklyn 2 or 3 nights ago. A game in which Kevin Durant, oh my God. We're going to dive into that. But, you know, had a tough game with Brooklyn 2 or 3 nights ago for game 5, swing game. So now you're going back into Milwaukee with your back against the wall. And I do believe that the Bucks will respond tonight. I do believe that the Bucks will be able to pull this win out by 3 points or more. I have the Bucks by 3. So we'll see how it goes. Again, game 6 of the Brooklyn Nets and Milwaukee Bucks series tonight at 8:30 on ESPN. That is our game of the week for this week. So that's going to lead us right off into where we want to be. We'll jump right into this. Brooklyn and Milwaukee game 5. And my God, what a performance from Kevin Durant. Tuesday I told y'all, the day of the game, I told y'all that this really was Kevin Durant's proven moment, right? I said if Kevin Durant ever wanted to be compared and put in the realm of the debate between Jordan and LeBron, this was the proven moment. This was the start of that. And he responded, bro. I mean, what a performance, bro. What a show. What a show, bro. Again, I said as well that Tuesday. I keep getting mixed up because we do record usually on Monday. We were just a little late this week. But I did say as well that Tuesday that I didn't believe James Harden would play. And I said if he did play, then he would contribute next to nothing. And that's what he did. 1 of 10 from Harden from the field, 5, 6, and 8. Very, very pedestrian. 17 from Blake, so he must be acknowledged as well. Blake did what he needed to do as a role player on this team to get the Nets over the hump in this particular game. 27 from Uncle Jeff. 27 from Uncle Jeff. He came up with big-time shots down the stretch. They really seem to have no answer for Jeff Green. I mean, you know, you had a defensive player of the year on your team and you give up 27 to a nigga that's damn near on his way to the rocking chair. And 49 to the Slim Reaper. So all of that, Bucks being a defensive-minded team, them having a defensive player of the year, all of that shit, man, fuck that. Them niggas ain't showing me shit. I won't say that. They showed me a little bit game 4 when they held the Nets to only 83 points or 85 points, whatever it was. They showed me a little bit. But then when you allow 49 points to KD, and really I don't even really knock you for that. Because if KD wants to get 49, he's going to get 49. So I'm okay. I'm okay with that. But 27 to Jeff Green, that's what we're doing. Stop it. No. For the Bucks, Giannis Antetokounmpo with 34, 12, and 4, 14 to 22 from the field. Chris Middleton, 25, 4, and 5 on 8 to 22 shooting. 3 of 10 from 3. So, relatively pedestrian there. Did them a disservice with the amount that he was shooting from 3 to only make 30% of them. So we'll leave that there because y'all know how I feel about Chris Middleton. One of the more overrated niggas in the NBA, in my opinion. I don't like the nigga because he's too inconsistent. He's way too inconsistent to be making the money that he's making. Again, 25, 4, and 5 from him. Brook Lopez added 15 and 6. And Brook Lopez has been playing great this series. Matter of fact, not even just this series. Brook Lopez has been playing great this whole playoff for the Milwaukee Bucks. Regardless of what you think, he's been playing great. He's been a big factor to the Bucks' success. And that just is what it is. So 15 and 6 from him. And really that is it as far as scoring. As Drew Holiday also tallied 19 points and 8 assists on 7 of 16 shooting. And again, the final there was 114 to 108. 114 to 108. Victory goes to the Brooklyn Nets. And really, victory goes to Kevin Durant because he put them niggas on his back. Easily, bro. Easily. Again, Tuesday I said numerous times, this is Kevin Durant's prove it game. This is what starts it. This is what actually cements the passing of the guard from LeBron James to Kevin Durant. Because LeBron did get bounced first round. I stated that I did believe that Kevin Durant was the best player in the NBA right now. I said Kevin Durant is the best player in the world right now. And that proved to be true. That proved to be true Tuesday night. Nobody could guard him. It didn't matter what you did, bro. You send a double, you send PJ, you try to switch Giannis. And really, bro, this nigga Giannis pisses me off too, bro. He pisses me off. I think the Bucks were up 15 or 16 points, bro. Going into halftime or second quarter, something like that. And Brooklyn it's just all about the sense of urgency, bro. It's all about the sense of urgency. It's all about the sense of urgency. The Brooklyn Nets came out of halftime. Again, Kevin Durant, he was doing his thing the first half. It didn't seem like he was fully activated. But when that second half came around, if I ain't never seen nobody activated once before in my life, if I ain't never seen it, I saw that nigga get activated. And they couldn't do shit with him. Not a damn thing. Nothing. It didn't matter what they did. Didn't matter who they had on him. Didn't matter if he was double, triple, quadruple. Don't matter if a nigga from the fans came to help. Nothing. It didn't matter. It did not matter. Again, another blown opportunity for the Milwaukee Bucks. Another blown opportunity for the Milwaukee Bucks. That's all this is. Another blown opportunity. I mean, we've seen a couple this series, but this one was the biggest one. If you're the road team and you have a team that is playing at home with their backs against the ropes, game 5, series tied, you must win that basketball game. You must. And really, what it comes down to is a lack of execution for the Milwaukee Bucks. Lack of execution. Lack of coaching ability from Mike Budenholzer. And them not being able to do anything with Kevin Durant. So, yeah, man. I mean, we have game 6 tonight. It's going to be major. It's going to be major. I do believe that the Bucks, like I said earlier when we highlighted it in the game of the week, I do believe the Bucks will be able to pull this off. I do. But it's not far-fetched for the Brooklyn Nets to come in there and just punch him in the mouth. Because really, I'm not convinced that James Harden will only score 5 points again. I mean, now that I saw that he can play a whole game, now that I saw he was good to go, even though he did only shoot 1 of 10 from the field, just the fact that he was able to make it the whole game, that tells me a lot. I don't believe James Harden will score only 5 points again tonight. I don't. Do I believe Kevin Durant will go for 50 again tonight? No, I do not. I believe that the Milwaukee Bucks will make some adjustments defensively. And I would absolutely love to see Giannis accept that challenge at some point in this series. And not PJ Tucker, respectfully, because PJ Tucker is an outstanding defender. But when you get torched for 50, you know, we got to change some shit up, bro. We got to. And it's with all due respect, like I said. I love PJ Tucker. Great player. Love his shoe collection. All of that shit, you know. But when you get torched for 50, we got to make an adjustment. And really, Giannis should step up and be the superstar that he is and say, nigga, I got him. I got him. Because Giannis hasn't done that the whole series. He hasn't. He hasn't. We've seen it in switches here and there. We've seen it on a couple of possessions. But Giannis hasn't stepped up and said, I got KD as a defensive player of the year. And that's what pisses me off, bro. That's why I said some of these fucking accolades and awards, bro, they just be bullshit, bro. They really do, because it's just like, my nigga, like, how are you the defensive player of the year and you allow your team get torched for 49 when y'all were on the road, got a team back against the wall in a pivotal game 5? How is that possible? How is that possible? I mean, you know, it could be possible. Obviously, it is possible. But that shit soft to me. It couldn't be me. I couldn't be the defense. But this is just the type nigga I am, though. This is just the type competitor I am. I couldn't be the defensive player of the year and not accept the challenge of Kevin Durant. And really, I wouldn't even need to be the defensive player of the year. I respect PJ Tucker in this series more than I do Giannis, even though Giannis, you know, he's been going for 30 plus the past 3 or 4 games consecutively. But at the same time, he ain't doing shit defensively. He ain't doing shit defensively. I mean, there ain't really nobody else to guard but Kevin Durant, with all due respect. Yeah, you got to worry about Blake, because, you know, Blake has been contributing here and there. He did his thing the first 2 games. You know, played well the other night. But, nigga, we can put somebody else on Blake. We're going to let Blake Griffin beat us. If that's what it comes down to, we'll let Blake Griffin beat us, bro. We'll live with that. This is obviously, if I'm from a Bucks perspective, I'm allowing Blake Griffin to beat me. Show me. Show me. Show me. Because I don't think that you can do it. I don't believe that you can do it. But you allow Kevin Durant to go for 49. And that, like I said, it's with all due respect to KD. Because, my nigga, there ain't really much that you can do. But damn, can we challenge it a little bit? Even when he got activated, still no Giannis to be found. And this is who we're calling our defensive player of the year. This is what we're doing. No way. I can't accept that. I can't accept that. But with all of that being said, Kevin Durant, you did what you needed to do, my nigga. You did what you needed to do. You showed me what I needed to see. You showed me what I needed to see. You are the best player in the NBA. Kevin Durant is the best player in the NBA right now. Kevin Durant is the best player in the world right now. Hands down. Not even close. Not even close. Honestly, it's not even close, bro. Because we saw LeBron had an opportunity to do the same thing in Series 1 against the Phoenix Suns. Now, I know he was dealing with injury, whatever. I know, but it's no excuse. It's no excuse. It's not. Kevin Durant is the best player in the world. One of the best performances that I've seen, honestly, in my life, bro. Like, I've seen a couple of these performances, well, I've seen a lot of these performances from LeBron James. Let me not be disrespectful. Let me not get ahead of myself. I've seen a lot of these performances from LeBron James, but really when it comes down to it, I have not seen these type of performances in the playoffs from a lot of other players, if any. I haven't. I mean, just completely dominant, bro. A complete, absolute piece of art. Piece of art. Great work for Kevin Durant. Congratulations to the Brooklyn Nets for moving one step closer of moving on and moving closer to their goal of going to the Eastern Conference Finals and ultimately, hopefully, to end up in the NBA Finals. Congratulations to them again. Again, Game 6 of that game is tonight at 8:30 on ESPN. I'll be tuned in. I'll miss the first couple of minutes of the game because I had to work tonight. But I will be tuned in. You can guarantee that because I'm gonna record that whole and I'm gonna start it right over from the beginning because I need to see every second of it. Because if Giannis don't come out and grab KD by his shit, I'm gonna know something. If Giannis don't come out and say, I got him, I got that nigga right there. If he don't come out and say that, what I already believe about Giannis will then be confirmed. Soft, not able to do it in the playoffs, not willing to accept the challenge, etc. The list goes on. But that's just me personally. I'm not the biggest Giannis fan, I'll admit. Am I a Giannis hater? No, I don't believe I am. Steph Curry, Kevin Durant, those are niggas that I hate from a basketball perspective, or that at one point I did hate. Because I no longer hate KD. I talked about that Tuesday as well. But really, those are the two main guys that I've had the biggest problem with in the NBA as of late. Really my entire life, like honestly. Because I don't necessarily hate a lot of NBA players. Paul Pierce was another one of those guys on that list that I can't stand. So all of that being said, I'm not the biggest Giannis hater. Matter of fact, I don't hate Giannis at all. I just think he's a fucking bum. I do. I know he has the MVPs. I know he averages 37, 38, whatever. All that shit is cute, bro. What do you do when playoff time is here? Year in and year out, Giannis shows me he has the inability to be successful in the playoffs. The Bucks have a phenomenal regular season. They go crazy. They do this and that, et cetera, et cetera. But then, nothing comes of it. No Eastern Conference Finals win comes of it. No NBA championship ring comes of it. So it's just like I'm just with Giannis, I'm just fed up because it's the same shit. And again, I told y'all, bro, this nigga's getting bailed out. Series 1 against Miami. Got bailed out the first 2 games. The Bucks were able to win of this series, though he did add the 30-plus points. And I know that. Again, I know. But this nigga be getting bailed out a lot, bro. He does. And as your superstar, I'm not going to allow myself to get bailed out. I'm not. I'm going to go win the game for us. I have a Kevin Durant mentality in the sense of, nigga, this is the time. We need to win. Okay, get on my back. With Giannis, I don't see that. With Giannis, I see the last couple of possessions, you running away from the ball because you don't want to shoot free throws, or you making dumbass turnovers, or you being on a block with James Harden, you being 6'11", James Harden 6'5", 6'6", you being on a block with James Harden. Harden waves the deep. That nigga said, I don't need no help. That's the type role I need Giannis to step into. Harden looked at that nigga, he was about to come over and help. That nigga said, I don't need no help. Stay your ass over there, I'm good. And Giannis Antetokounmpo shoots a fucking fadeaway jump shot from the corner. That's the type shit Giannis be on. And it's disgusting. So Giannis Antetokounmpo, tonight you need to come out and accept the challenge and take on KD. Be a dog, nigga. If you cut like that, if you are who they say you are, be a dog. Cause I know who I believe you to be. All that shit they say about you, that shit cute. It's fine. but I know who I believe you to be. So unless Giannis comes out and proves that he is who they say he is, I'ma still have my own opinion and perspective about the nigga. Cause I've yet to see it. I've yet to see it. I don't need my superstar player missing free throws down the stretch. I don't need my superstar player running away from the biggest assignment on the court, from the most lethal assignment on the court. I don't need my superstar player going cold in the fourth quarter. So, with that being said, I'm going to just move on because I'm starting to get worked up again. I came out of my attitude. Now I'm getting that shit back, honestly. Because that shit pisses me off, bro. It pisses me off. It pisses me off when these guys get all of this credit, all of these awards, all of these accolades, etc. Niggas consider him to be a top 5 player in the NBA. Like when all of this shit is happening, and then when you see another top 5 nigga or you see another dog that wanted more than you, you shy away and you back down. That shit pisses me off. If it's nothing else that pisses me off in the NBA, it's that. I can't stand that shit. I can't stand that shit. It pisses me off, bro. It really does. Giannis is on the same shit that he's been on for the past 4 years in the playoffs consecutively. Kawhi Leonard torched his ass. Jimmy Butler torched his ass. And now Kevin Durant torching his ass. What's the pattern? Giannis don't step up. Giannis doesn't accept the challenge defensively. But he's a 2-time, 3-time, whatever have you, 3-time, 2-time NBA Defensive Player of the Year. Get the fuck out of here. Giannis, show me something. Show me something tonight. And Kevin Durant, if he tries to guard you, you bust him in his fucking ass. Because he can't check you, nigga. He can't check you. Matter of fact, pack these niggas up, bro. Get these niggas gone. I'm tired of the Bucks. I want them niggas eliminated so they can blow that whole shit up. So they can know they're not good enough. Because Chris Middleton, he's ass, overrated. And Giannis Antetokounmpo is scared of the moment. I hope Brooklyn wraps them niggas up. I still got the Bucks winning tonight by 3. I still have that. But I hope Brooklyn wraps them niggas up. Get them the fuck out of here. Get them out of here. And honestly, I'm going to just stay in this mood, nigga. Because it ain't no point in me trying to make myself feel better and try to lose my attitude. There ain't no point. God, honest truth, there's no point. There's no point. Because I'm pissed off about the NBA and the bullshit they pulled this season. Given they did some good things. I love the play-in tournament. I loved how they did, the all-star shit. They did some great shit. They did some great shit this season. But I'm pissed off about that whole thing because they should have listened to LeBron. And no, it's not me being on LeBron's dick. So don't even try to act like and try to paint that narrative about me. Because right now, it's not that. It's not that. It's not about that shit. But when your biggest superstar tells you not to start the fucking season, you don't start the fucking season. And you pay attention and you listen, nigga. And you fall in line. I don't give a fuck if you're the NBA or not. Now we got a bum-ass product. So, yeah, I'm still pissed off about that. And then the fact that Giannis ain't accepting the challenge, I'm pissed off about that. And I'm pissed off about Ben Simmons and what the fuck he's doing. So that's where we'll go. Last night, the fucking 76ers, I don't know what the hell they have going on either, bro. I don't know what they have going on either. I told y'all Tuesday that this series was the most confusing series out of all of them to me. I told you I don't really get speechless about this about sports at all. I don't get speechless, bro. I have an opinion about everything unless I don't know shit about it, like hockey or some shit like that, or tennis. I don't get speechless about this shit. But this series is like, bro, it's just a mind fuck, bro. I don't know. How are you up 26 points? How are you up 26 points with 8 minutes left to go in the third quarter and you still lose the basketball game? How do you have 3? Again, it goes to my point with these accolades and awards being bullshit, nigga, about stats being bullshit. How do you have 3 all-NBA defensive team players on your team and you allow 40 points in one quarter? How, nigga? Please tell me. How do you get torched by a nigga that's 6'1", 157 pounds soaking wet? How? How, nigga? Please tell me. How are you Ben Simmons? And I'm going to try to pull back just a little bit because I feel myself getting to that point. How are you Ben Simmons and you only shoot 4 shots, nigga? How? Tell me. Tell me, bro, please. Please, just tell. I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna try to pull back. Just please, somebody take the time out of their day and explain it to me. And Kenny said it perfect last night. And Kenny, I know you don't like me saying your name and shit when we off the record having, but nigga, I just gotta tell the people, you made the point. You made it right. You said, bro, the fact that he can't shoot free throws is fucking up his whole confidence in his game. And it is, bro. And it's sickening, bro. It's so played out, my nigga. 109-106. Atlanta Hawks victory over Philadelphia 76ers last night in game 5. Motherfucker, you got AI and Dr. J in the building, nigga. And you blow a 26-point lead. How, bro? With 8 minutes left to go in the third quarter. How? With only one real true scorer on the team in Trae Young. And maybe Lou Williams, respectfully, because I'm never going to disrespect Sweet Lou. Former Toronto Raptor. I'm never going to disrespect Sweet Lou. Never. So maybe 2. But if we're looking at it, and like with all due respect to everybody on that team, one true scorer in Trae Young. And again, you let a nigga that's 6'1" cook you up. That shit is just sickening to me, bro. 109-106. 39 for Trae. 19 for John Collins. 16 for Gallinari and 15 for Lou Williams. It's just, this shit is just, it's getting out of hand, bro. So, and y'all may ask why I'm so pissed off. Yes, because of the NBA. It's because, but the really, like, what I get pissed off a lot about is when niggas get gassed, and in my head, I know them niggas are not cut. Niggas still continue to gas them. I tell niggas that them niggas aren't cut, and then they prove me right. Because because the niggas that gassing them are the ones that's getting them this unearned money. The niggas that's getting them these accolades that they don't deserve when other niggas are more deserving than them. These niggas don't be cut, bro. I always knew that the Philadelphia 76ers only had one superstar. I always knew that shit. Ben Simmons was just a sidekick, bro. He was just a sidekick. Now we see the reality. This nigga's a fucking liability. He's a fucking liability, bro. That's what Ben Simmons is right now to the Philadelphia 76ers. A liability. You got a nigga out here with a partially torn meniscus, and he goes for what? 37, 13, and 5? But yet the only thing you can the only thing that you can contribute to the ultimate goal is 8 points on 2 of 4 shooting. 4 of 14 from the free throw line. 4 shots. And you're supposed to be a fucking a superstar. Who? Are y'all crazy, bro? Are y'all nuts? Just stop, bro. Just stop. Like, I'm fed up, bro. I'm fed up. That's what it is this morning. I'm fed up with the bullshit, bro. I'm fed up with the bullshit. And really, this loss is in large part to Ben Simmons, A, not being able to shoot free throws, B, not being assertive and aggressive. And B, stems from him not being able to make his free throws on a consistent level. stems from him not having that confidence. Confidence at the free throw line, which in turn makes him not have confidence in his game because he's a downhill player who gets fouled often. And when you shoot 4 of 14 from the free throw line, you know, you're not going to have confidence. I wouldn't have confidence either if I were you, Ben Simmons. I wouldn't. I wouldn't have confidence either. So I understand. But it makes these niggas look real bitch made, bro. A lot of these niggas looking real bitch made. And I say that with all due respect. I know y'all are like, how can you say that with all due respect? I say it with all due respect because it's okay, bro. It's okay. A lot of niggas ain't killers, bro. A lot of niggas ain't dogs when they step on that court. And I respect it. So it's just me, like, that's just the way I talk. When I say they bitch made, I can say they soft however y'all want me to word it. It's with all due respect. Because you don't got to be a dog or a killer to be a good player in the NBA. You don't. But don't expect me to give you credit. Don't expect me to give you credit. Paul George, y'all know all of that shit that I be talking about Paul George, how I be shitting on his name and doing all of that extra shit. Paul George has stepped up, nigga. Paul George has put the Clippers on his back and told niggas, yeah, this is my shit. I don't need Kawhi. I don't need nothing. I don't need Ibaka. I don't need Kawhi. I don't need nothing else, bro. Y'all niggas just get on my back. Let me be the PG of old. Get on my back. I'll show y'all how it's done. Paul George is gaining his killer mentality back. I like that shit. I love that shit, nigga. Matter of fact, I love that shit. 2 or 4 from the field for Ben Simmons, though. That's what we're doing. My nigga, put me in the NBA game. Put me in the NBA game at 5'9", about 290. Put me in the NBA game. I guarantee your ass I'm going to go 2 for 4 and miss 10 free throws. I guarantee you. I guarantee you. And I'll do that shit for free, just for the experience. Ben Simmons is making over $20 million a year. Because this nigga is supposed to be a superstar. Get the fuck out of here, bro. Get out of here. Doc Rivers, too. I'm on his ass, too. I'm on Doc Rivers' head, too, nigga. Because all of that shit, I did all of that defending Doc Rivers. You know, I talked shit about the Clippers organization as a whole, Paul George, Kawhi, all them boys that tried to shit on his name when he left. But at this point, I'm beginning to see some truth in what they were saying. Doc Rivers, how are you up 26 points and you blow that lead? Because you allow one man to beat you damn near. Because really, Trae Young beat them niggas by himself. If we're being honest in all actuality. Trae Young beat them by himself. And you make no adjustments. And see, now it seems like the roles are reversed. Because Series 1, Doc Rivers and the Philadelphia 76ers were making the adjustments. They were doing what was necessary. Series 1, Ty Lue was not doing that. Now fast forward to Series 2. Ty Lue seems like one of the better coaches in the NBA. And Doc Rivers has fallen back into a place in which I thought Ty Lue was. No adjustments. No offense, no flow. I mean, it's just ridiculous, bro. It's just ridiculous. It really is. I mean, and I've tried to calm down and tone back over the past couple podcasts, but I'm not on that type energy today, bro. Because I'm here to call a spade a spade. I'm here to call out all the bullshit. Ben Simmons, if that nigga shoots only 4 shots again and he's supposed to be a superstar, somebody needs to, matter of fact, it don't even need to be somebody. Joel Embiid need to smack the shit out of that nigga and be like, yo, dog, what the fuck are you doing, my nigga? You realize we're trying to get to a championship here, right? You realize I'm a big nigga. I can go for a 17-20 to get us started in the first quarter and a half. It's just pathetic, bro. It's fucking ridiculous. I mean, it's ridiculous. 37-13 and 5 from Joel Embiid. He played great. He played great. I mean, I think the entirety of the first quarter, he went like 7 of 7, 8 of 8 or something like that. Missed his first shot in the second quarter. I mean, beautiful performance from Joel Embiid after going 0 for 12 in the second half of Game 4 of this series. So, he responded. Again, it seemed as though he ran out of a little bit of steam, but he did still shoot 12 of 20. But it did seem as though he ran out of a little bit of steam in that second quarter. In that second half of the ball game last night. But again, at 7 foot, 280 plus pounds with a partially torn meniscus, hey, you're not gonna hear much out of me. I promise you, you're not. You're not gonna hear much out of me when you do what Joel Embiid did that first half of the ball game last night. Had his team up by 26 points, bro. Had his team up by 26 points. And then a lack of coaching and a lack of a threat from his second superstar, the Philadelphia 76ers second superstar. A lack of help. That's all it was for Joel Embiid last night. That's all it was. And really, I say a lack of help, but I'm not gonna disregard what Seth Curry contributed to that team last night. 36.7 rebounds for him on 13 of 19 shooting, 7 of 12 from the 3-point line. Spectacular job, Seth. You're the second superstar. You're the second superstar, my nigga. It's you now. So now Seth Curry has to be option number 2 in my opinion. And really, because this game resulted in a loss, I don't even know how smart that would be for him to be the second option. I don't. But I will acknowledge that Joel Embiid, I will refute the statement that I just made saying Joel didn't have any help. He did have a little bit of help with 36 points from Seth Curry. But 8 points from Ben Simmons. 4 points from Tobias Harris. And Tobias, you not off the fucking hook either, my nigga. You're not off the hook either. Making $30+ million a year. To go 2 of 11. Bro, I promise to God, my nigga, like God honest truth, if y'all niggas give me $30 million, I will give y'all 4 points, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists on 2 of 11 shooting. I promise to God. I swear to God. I promise, bro. Please give me $30+ million to do that shit. In a playoff game. Please. I promise I'll do it. I'll do it. If this is what $30 million buys you, nigga, at 5'9", 290, please give me $30 million. Please, I could use it right now. Give me $30 million. And I'll do the same thing. 2 of 11 from the field for Tobias Harris. And that nigga he's selling them niggas out too, bro. He's selling them out this series. I mean, I'm gonna take a little bit of time and just go look at this. Cause we got 2 of 11 that game, which is fucking pathetic. It's just ridiculous. Didn't play bad game 4. Still resulted in a loss. 20 points for him there. 8 of 15 shooting. That was Monday. $22 points. $22 points. Like, bro, if this is what $30 million gets you, then please give it to me, bro. Because I mean, bro, if you give me $30 million, if I can shoot 25, 26 times, I'll get 22 points, bro. I promise. On God, I'll get 22 points. Give me $30+ million and I'll shoot 2 of 11 from the field. These niggas be selling, bro. These niggas be selling. Not as big as Ben Simmons, don't get me wrong, because that shit is, that pisses me off, my nigga. And I don't even give a fuck about the 76ers. That shit pisses me off. You only shoot 4 times, nigga, and you're supposed to be a superstar? This is who we're calling superstars in the NBA now. Ben Simmons, 2 of 4 from the field, 4 of 14 from the free throw line. And, oh yeah, not to mention, we have 3 all-NBA defenders on our team, but we allow 40 points in one quarter after being up 26 points. And ultimately, we lose the game because of a 40-point quarter that we allowed to give up. That we allowed to happen. Excuse me. Not allowed to give up. That's not proper grammar, I don't believe. Allowed to happen. And allowed ourselves to get torched by a nigga that's 6'1", 160 for his playoff career high, 39 points. This is the shit that we big up and champion in the NBA. These are the niggas that are getting our first team all defense, or all, not even first team. I'll take that back because I don't know if they were first team or what. But these are the niggas who we're giving all defense to. These are the niggas in Ben Simmons shooting 2 of 4, 4 of 14 from the free throw line. These are the niggas that we're considering superstars. We gotta cut the bullshit, bro. That's what's wrong with this society now. Everybody wants a fucking participation trophy. Everybody wants instant glorification. Everybody needs to be acknowledged. Everybody wants clout. No, nigga. Some of these motherfuckers don't deserve it. Cut the bullshit, bro. Cut the bullshit. If Giannis don't come out tonight and step up and accept the challenge in the role against Kevin Durant, he's soft as fuck. So somebody needs to go on SportsCenter and ESPN and emphasize the fact that Giannis is soft as fuck if he doesn't come out and do a job. If Ben Simmons doesn't shoot more than 4 times in Game 6 of this particular series, and if he doesn't score more than 8 points, and if he doesn't make more than 4 free throws, and if he misses 10 free throws, somebody needs to come out and say that nigga is no longer a superstar. Hold these niggas accountable, bro. They making 25, 30, 35, 40 a year, and this is the result that we get. Tobias Harris shooting 2 of 11 from the field. This shit is just, it's sickening, bro. And I'm just fed up. I'm fed up. I'm not in the mood. I'm not in the mood to sugarcoat this shit today. Like, none of that. I'm not in the mood, bro. Cause this shit is getting old. This shit is getting old. I've seen it for the last 4 or 5 years, bro. From the 2 niggas at this very moment that I'm highlighting, Giannis and Ben Simmons, I've seen it for 4 or 5 years straight, and it's been the same bullshit. It's been the same bullshit. And these are the niggas that keep getting acknowledged, keep getting awards, keep being called, and keep being acknowledged as superstars. But they not winning shit. They not winners. They don't have winner mentalities. They just simply not cut. They're not cut, bro. They're not cut. And I'm tired of it. So let's move on. I'm trying to relax. I'm telling you, I really am like doing my best, bro. I'm trying my best. Like I've cut down on the profanity on the pod. Like I cut down on the amount of times that I rage. Like I'm really trying my best, but today is just like, it was just unbearable. I just couldn't do that shit today. I really couldn't. So I'm sorry, but listen, that's just what it gotta be. That's just what it gotta be. Let's move on. Utah and LA. And let me go ahead and give a round of applause to Paul George, bro. Cause I've been so tough on that nigga. Like this whole playoffs. I've been so tough on him for the past couple of years, bro. And I mean, I just loved every second of what he did last night. Paul George is no longer Pandemic P until he is again, should that happen. But as of right now, he's no longer Pandemic P. So I'm going to go ahead and stop calling that nigga that unless he earns that nickname back. Because right now that nigga is playing like PG-13. My goodness. 37, 16, and 5 from him last night. Shot above 50% at 12 of 22. 3 of 9 from 3. 10 of 11 from the free throw line. I mean, beautiful. 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 Great job from Paul George last night. Again, another player that stepped up. And now, that, mind you, this is all in the absence of Kawhi Leonard, right? So I, as well as, majority of the NBA community, I'm sure, was under the belief that it was wrapped for the Clippers. Because when the report came out that Kawhi Leonard was dealing with the ACL injury yesterday, I pretty much in my head packed them niggas up immediately as soon as I saw it happen. Paul George said not so fast. Marcus Morris, twin said not so fast. 25, 2 and 2 from him. 10 of 16 from the field. I mean, he was just spraying shit, dog. 3 or 4 from 3. Spraying shit. Getting buckets. This game right here was the ultimate get buckets game. Niggas was really out there getting buckets, bro. Reggie Jackson came in, did a fucking job. I mean, my goodness, bro. All of these guys stepped up and responded to the challenge. Bro. Like, the Clippers really impressed me last night. That was the first time in a long time that I've been impressed with the Clippers due to the roster that they've cultivated and stuff of that nature. Last night was really the first time that I was really impressed with the LA Clippers. Now, I'm not going to get too high on them. I did have the Jazz winning in 6. That will no longer happen. The Jazz still could win this series. But now it's elimination time for them. So now we got to see what they're really made of. Because they gave up game 5 at home. And I told y'all Tuesday, you can't do that. You can't do that. I told y'all that shit. And I told y'all that the Utah Jazz, should they lose game 5 without Kawhi Leonard being on the court, that they were going to have to show us why they are the number 1 seed and why they were the best team in basketball this year. So now we get to see. But with that being said, again, Paul George, Marcus Morris, and Reggie Jackson. Reggie Jackson, 22 points, 2 rebounds, 3 assists on 8 of 15 shooting. Phenomenal job. I mean, a very, very, very impressive game from the Los Angeles Clippers last night, bro. Very impressive. I mean, there's nothing more for me to say in that regard. And also, Terrence Mann, 13, 2 and 2, provided a spark, gave his team energy down the stretch with the dunk on Rudy Gobert, and 1 dunk on Rudy Gobert. I mean, these guys just came to play last night. They came to play and they came out as though they had something to prove, because they did. They did. They proved they can get the job done without Kawhi Leonard. That is not something that I thought that the Los Angeles Clippers were capable of. And they proved me wrong. They came out as though they had something to prove. They came out pedal to the metal, foot on the gas, and did what they needed to do to swing this series in their favor. Now, if the Los Angeles Clippers want to win this series, Game 7 is tomorrow night. Game 7 is tomorrow night. Because if they go home and they lose and they have to go back to Utah, wrap them up. Wrap them up. Wrap them up. Game 7 for the Los Angeles Clippers is tomorrow night. Yeah. Yep. If the Los Angeles Clippers want to win this series, tomorrow is a must-win game. Because I have them with no shot if this series continues into the weekend. They have no shot. No shot. And I'm saying that now. And they may make me eat my words if they do lose tomorrow and they go in Sunday or Saturday, whenever the game is scheduled for. They'll make me eat my words. But right now, matter of fact, I'm not even going to say right now. My mentality won't change. If they lose tomorrow, then it's wraps. They have no shot to go into Utah and win a Game 7. No shot in hell. For the Utah Jazz, Rudy Gobert, 17, 10, and 1. 6 of 8 shooting. Bogdanovich, my goodness, what a shooting performance that he put on in quarter number 1. I think he went 7 of 7 or 7 of 8, something like that in the first quarter. Gave his team a huge spark to start off the game. He ran cold. He wasn't able to contribute much down the stretch. Joe Ingles, 12, 6, and 6 on 50% shooting. Jordan Clarkson off the bench shot under 50% at 15 points. But I told y'all the other day, if the Utah Jazz wanted to win this series, they needed all of their guys to step up, you know. And this time it just happened to be Donovan Mitchell. Donovan Mitchell wasn't the guy that stepped up. Because if we look at it, I said Jordan Clarkson had to come in and score 12 to 15 points every night. I said the supporting cast of Donovan Mitchell must come in and score 12 to 15 points a game. And listen to what we had. 17 from Gobert, 12 from Royce O'Neal, 32 from Bogdanovich, and 12 from Joe Ingles. So they did their job. At that point, it's on Donovan Mitchell. So Donovan Mitchell must come out tomorrow night and he must prove a point. He must make a statement. Because if he performs like that again, the Utah Jazz are going home. And the Los Angeles Clippers shock the world. That's what that will be. Because I do not think that Kawhi Leonard is playing Game 6 of this series. I don't think that Kawhi Leonard will be back for this playoffs unless the Clippers happen to make the finals somehow. That's the only way I see Kawhi Leonard coming back. I don't know the severity of the ACL injury, but I do know that it is an ACL injury. So I'm not sure if the Clippers are willing to take the chance on letting him test that out in game and potentially causing more structural damage or more damage in that ACL injury, however much there is there already. I don't know if they're willing to come out and let him risk that. So, you know, we'll see, bro. We'll see. What I do know is Donovan Mitchell must step up because Bogdanovich getting you 32, 21, 23 in the first quarter, ending with 32, that should be enough alone right there to get y'all over the hump. If Donovan Mitchell is just 75% to 80% of who we know him to be. But he can't come out and score only 21 points on 6 of 19 shooting, 4 of 14 from 3. He can't do that. I told y'all last week that nigga, if he was going to shoot that much, if he was going to shoot that many threes at that clip, he needed to be shooting at least 50%. If you shoot upwards of 12 threes in the game, you need to be shooting more or right at 50%. Because if not, then you need to stop shooting the 3. Because at that point, you become a detriment to your team. And that's what we saw last night. I mean, Donovan Mitchell took some horrible shots down the stretch. Took some horrible shots throughout the duration of that game, really, as a whole. The ones that I wanted to highlight just then were the ones down the stretch, you know, where he's double teamed and this nigga still has 4 seconds left on the shot clock. He shoots from 32 feet away, shooting air balls and shit. Like, we just can't have that, bro. We just can't have that. So in order for the Utah Jazz to want to win Game 6 and extend this series to a Game 7, Donovan Mitchell must come out and perform. And if not, put him in a body bag. Because Paul George, PG-13, that nigga, the nigga that I knew was still in there from Indiana, that nigga, not Pandemic P, but PG-13, I don't think he's allowing the Clippers to go out without a fight. And I think that he might wrap them niggas up Friday, tomorrow. It's very possible that he wraps them niggas up. It is. So we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. That'll do it for our NBA playoffs recap. Again, Game 6 tonight. Brooklyn and Milwaukee, 8:30 on ESPN. Tomorrow, 76ers and Hawks, Game 6, 7:30 on ESPN. Game 6 of the Jazz and Clippers series as well tomorrow, at 10 p.m. So that is what we have there. And we're going to move on. I'm flexing, they saying I glowed up. Put a perky inside of my cola. Hotline blinking, no Motorola. Like, wait, it's Duce. I got the sauce, I'm lit forever. Ay, my money counter sitting on my dresser. Rolling with my slums, stay down the road, I will never. Shawty treat you wrong, I promise that I could never. I got the sauce, I'm lit forever.